Would you look at that? It's a winter wonderland. It's April 21st. And we got about 2 inches of snow on stuff. Let's hope it leaves by the end of the day. Today's high is forecast to be 4 degrees Celsius. Oh well. It is what it is. Fiberglass doesn't set in this type of temperature so well, so I won't be doing any of that. Don't think I'm going to be sanding it either in the boat just yet. Yeah, it doesn't. Snow doesn't encourage me to fiberglass anything. Oh well, let's maybe put a carburetor together. Isn't that pretty? The snow gently falling. The frigid temperatures. The cat won't even come outside in this horrible blizzard. Jeez, let's look at that snowbank. Got a lot of shoveling to do. I'm out in the garage. I turned on the heater before it came out because I have that remote I keep in the house. I forgot to put fuel in it yesterday. I almost ran it out yesterday, and I forgot to put fuel in it. So I started up, and it started doing its thing, and it's a little warmer in here. I came out, and I was out here a couple of minutes just kind of figuring out what I'm gonna do, and it started making a different noise. It went out because it ran out of fuel. So now I'm putting fuel in it, firing it back up. Here, you can hear the fans on. You hear the pump. So we've got to prime it again. That's fine. It'll prime itself. Just have to wait for it to come on. Should take. I think it was about 60 seconds it takes to prime it. That's fine. Anyways, today's video isn't about the heater. That's just a little extra bonus footage there for everybody. Today's video is about me cutting out the piece of plastic for our new plate for the switch, the electrical panel on the boat. So let's get our piece of plastic up here, and actually let's get a piece of cardboard on here to protect the piece of plastic that we're going to put up here. Do that first. Got the heater working again. Didn't clean the screen. Oh, there you go. Look at that. So I've got a big piece of white plastic right here, a utility knife, and old license plate from 2011. It's my straight edge. I'm cutting my piece of plastic here to match. Well, I just traced this out, and I'm using that utility knife to cut it. I don't have to be perfect because we're going to sand the edges when we're done. Let's make it all nice, professional like. One tip: I'm pulling the blade backwards along this, so I'm not cutting as much as scraping to get these little bits of plastic out, and it removes more material than just cutting. With cutting, you're just splitting it. So I guess this is easier in a sense. I don't know. So here we go. I've already done that side and I've done this side. And I'm just going to break it now. Hopefully. No, maybe not. you have to finish with the cut part. There we go. Look at that. It's not perfect, but we're going to sand the edges later. So one thing about doing this is you end up with these sharp edges, which can be dangerous. But it's pretty tough to get anything other than a straight cuts doing it this way. So I do plan to use this stuff to cover up the speaker holes in the boat, and I'll be cutting circles or ovals, and what I'll do is I'll use the jigsaw for that. So let's get drawing on this one. So I've been thinking about my layout that I came up with and comparing it with this one. There's something I didn't take into consideration. When I put this voltmeter at the bottom and have all this other stuff above it, whenever you plug something in, it's going to cover the face of this. So I think I want to put this up towards the top of the top of the thing, so that it's not obscured by cables and stuff. It's just easier to see. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick it at the top, and we'll see what we get. That yeah, sticking it at the top also allows me, you see I have this light colored line below this one, because that's the actual size of this thing. So it's a better use of space, so I'm not losing all the space on the bottom as well. Let's find my pencil and we'll get it to this. Oh, is that heater ever nice. So I'm not going to draw right onto this, partially because all I can find is a carpenter's pencil, and it's a little thick, and it's going to leave marks. So I'm going to trace out our template again on the back of this, and then we can compare. We can just flip it around and compare our two drawings. Let's draw this out, and we'll see where we get to. How's that look? Centered? It's to the top. My phone's doing some crazy stuff. It just froze there. So it's centered to the top, or should I have it off to one side? You know, if I have it off to one side, I can have a small button. I can just get another small switch. Let's draw it off to the side as well. We'll go off to the right, but we'll do it with pencil. So we can compare. So if it's off on this side, I could put a button right there. That would probably be nice. Let's find something around to trace. So here's the old button that was for the tester. Well, it's seen better days. It's never going to work again. But I'm just going to draw a circle approximately the same size, approximately centered. So let's bring our other actors into this act of the play. This is our cigarette lighter charger thing. It goes through like that. Measure this. Okay, we are 22 millimeters. That's 7/8 of an inch. We're going to hold off on the 7/8 thing first, for now. I'm going to measure these. These are 18 millimeters. So they, let's see, 18. I've got 3 of them. So let's figure this out. Look at that. I've added 4 fuses instead of 3 because I think I need a fuse for our other things. And those other things are, we've got our cigarette lighter things that are gonna have 2 at least, maybe 3. Yeah, maybe 3 across the bottom. Why not, eh? I got room for them. So that's going to be 1 fuse. 1 fuse is going to be for the other 12 volt plug, or the 5 volt charging plugs. So that's that. That's that next one, and we've got 2 more. And what are they going to be for? So here we have our cabin lights, our running lights, and our mast light. This is I'm going to have as the anchor light. I'll reprint that to say anchor. So we've got that looked after, but I wonder, I'm going to have a couple auxiliaries. So that's what we'll just have these as is auxiliary for anything we decide to add afterwards, like a depth gauge or the heater. It's got to be fused too. So but before we draw our switches, let's measure our thing here and divide and see how we can fit our cigarette lighter things in there. So it's okay. Looks like we're going for 38.3. Okay, I never said it'd be pretty or even. So we're gonna put three of our 12 volt plugs there, and we're gonna put 2 switches up here. So this is why we draw things out on paper first. I was thinking about my switch, but I forgot about this extra space on the bottom of this silly thing. So I'm going to just draw it in. Okay. Well, that changes everything if I have to have that space blank. That means I may as well get rid of that top fuse, and I'll only have 1 auxiliary, and then that one will be for the 12 volts and this other one will be for the our 5 volt things. So okay, let's get to the cutting again. X that out. Let's check. Yeah, that's pretty close. So I will put one switch here. This is going to be our auxiliary, or whatever we decide to put it there. I like the idea of the 3 12 volt things beside each other, because then the cables can hang down. Cables will be hanging down out of these. These are the USB, and the switch will be fine. Yeah, maybe it's okay. Well, we'll see. We'll leave it on the healing bench here for the the evening, and we'll come back to it tomorrow and see what we've thought of. Maybe we can think of another configuration, because we can always move. I want that at the top. It just, I don't want it down here and be hidden by cords. Right at the top, so it's easy to read, closer to the person that's trying to read it. Huh. Well, there we are. So that's how you kind of design your fuse panel, but don't end up actually doing it. We'll see what we come up with. It doesn't have to be done right away. It actually doesn't really need to be done for months with this crazy lockdown. Even to have the boat out at the club, it doesn't need the battery or lights or anything. So we don't sail it at night out there. Yeah, we're gonna leave it there. Thanks for watching. Please click clicky things. If you have any talkings with Mother Nature, tell her to get this stupid winter stuff over, because it is freezing. Just had to scrape the windows of the car today. You saw the footage from the drive around. It's crazy. And there's still snow in the trees and on the porch. Oh well. Remember to wash your hands, be nice to people, no hugs, wear a mask.